Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to tackle a really common challenge. How do you restore that beautiful warm glow to your favorite brass items? From candlesticks to door knockers and everything in between. So you've probably got a piece of brass that's looking, well, kind of sad, a little dull, maybe a bit tarnished. If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to walk you through everything you need to know to bring it back to its former glory. But before you even think about grabbing a polishing cloth or a lemon, I need you to just stop. Seriously, put everything down for a second. Okay, let's get right into this, because the single most important part of this whole process happens before you even mix up a cleaning solution. And getting this wrong, well, it can cause permanent damage. No pressure. That's right, because if you treat a delicate brass-plated idol like it's a piece of solid brass and you scrub too hard, you could literally strip that thin layer of brass right off permanently. So yeah, this first step is absolutely everything. So we're basically looking at two main categories here. You've got solid brass, which is brass all the way through, and then you have brass-plated items, which just have a thin, decorative layer over another metal, like steel or zinc. The good news is, there's a surprisingly simple way to tell them apart. At a glance, think of solid brass as the heavyweight champion. It's durable, it can handle more aggressive cleaning, and it just feels heavy for its size. Brass plating, on the other hand, is the delicate one. It's just a thin coating, so it requires a much, much gentler touch. Now, what's really cool is how simple these tests are. First, magnetism. Solid brass won't attract a magnet. Second, check out any scratches. If you see shiny yellow brass underneath, it's solid. If you see a different, darker metal, it's plated. And finally, just trust your hands. Solid brass feels heavy. So the crucial point here, the big takeaway, is this. The magnet test is your best friend. It is the fastest, most reliable way to know what you're working with. If the magnet sticks, you have to be gentle. If it doesn't, you've got a solid brass piece, and that opens up more cleaning options for you. All right, so you've done your magnet test, you know your brass type. Awesome. Now it's time for the fun part, picking your tools and building out our cleaning strategy. And you know what's great? You probably already have a powerhouse brass cleaner right in your kitchen. Seriously, things like lemon juice, vinegar, and yeah, even ketchup are fantastic for cutting through tarnish because of their natural acids. Okay, a classic go-to is a simple paste of lemon juice and baking soda. The science here is pretty straightforward. The acid in the lemon dissolves the tarnish, and the baking soda acts as a really mild abrasive to help lift it all away. This combo is pretty much perfect for more delicate, plated pieces. Now, what if you're dealing with some really stubborn stains, especially on a solid brass item? You can step it up a notch. A paste made of vinegar and salt, sometimes with a little flour to thicken it up, creates a stronger solution that can really tackle heavy oxidation. So when do you need to reach for the store-bought stuff? Well, natural methods are your best bet for most jobs. Regular maintenance, light tarnish, that sort of thing. But if you have a piece with really thick, dark, stubborn tarnish that just won't budge, that's when a commercial cleaner might be necessary for that extra power. But a quick and really important word of warning. If you go the commercial route, safety is non-negotiable. These products have some harsh chemicals, so always wear gloves, make sure you have good airflow, and never, ever mix different cleaning products. And of course, always test on a small hidden area first. Okay, so you've identified your brass, you've chosen your cleaner, now let's put it all together. We're going to walk through a universal process that works just about every single time. This is your 4-step path to success. First, prep. Just wipe off any surface dust. Second, apply. Cover the whole thing evenly with your cleaner. Third, clean. Gently rub or maybe let it soak for a bit. But now, pay close attention to step 4, finish. You must rinse all the cleaner off and, this is key, dry the item immediately and thoroughly. Letting it air dry is just asking for water spots and new tarnish. Getting your brass clean is one thing, but keeping it that way is the real goal. So let's talk about how to protect that beautiful shine for the long haul. And before we protect that new shine, let's just quickly go over the big mistakes that can undo all your hard work.
Don't use abrasive stuff like steel wool. It'll leave permanent scratches. Don't overuse acids because they can eat away at the metal itself. And like we just said, never let it air dry. Avoiding these traps is what makes the shine last.
Now, the real secret weapon for a long-lasting shine is a protective coating. Think of it like a clear shield for your brass. A thin layer of a special wax or lacquer seals the metal off from the air and moisture, which, are the two things that cause tarnish in the first place. But which one do you choose? Well, for an antique piece that stays inside, a soft paste wax is a great choice. It preserves the character, and it's easy to reapply. But for something that's outdoors, like a door knocker taking a beating from the weather, you'll want a much tougher barrier, like an epoxy. And how often should you be doing all this? Well, the maintenance is actually pretty simple. A quick dusting every week prevents buildup. A light wipe down once a month keeps tarnish from even starting. This means you only have to do a big deep clean maybe once or twice a year, instead of constantly battling heavy tarnish. And this really is the core message of this whole explainer. Don't wait for your brass to get totally tarnished and then attack it with harsh chemicals. A little bit of gentle, regular care will keep it looking brilliant all the time, and with way less effort. So take a look around your own place. That old lamp, that set of drawer pulls, maybe a forgotten musical instrument. What piece of brass in your home is just waiting for you to apply these steps and restore its beautiful golden shine?